Patreon.com/the Walk Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there.
So Bob Nightingale reporting over the weekend that Manny Machado reportedly seeking 10 years, $400 million in next offseason. He's obviously planning on opting out of his contract with San Diego, and why wouldn't he? Which, as you look at the free agent market for third baseman, it's pretty hard not to look at Matt Chapman and think this could line up for him absolutely beautifully. He seems to kind of slot in as that number 2 best option at third base available on the market after Machado. Any guess on what the Chapman market could look like next off season? It feels like the stars are kind of aligning for the guy right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he would prefer that Manny Machado comes to terms with on an extension.
Yeah, right.
And then he's just the number 1 third baseman, and by far the best third baseman available, right? In free agency, you don't want teams to have options. You want teams to be very limited. But even if, and I mean, Machado will opt out. So really it's just, does he, do they come to terms on an extension or not? Even if Machado's on that market, Matt Chapman's going to be, very attractive to a lot of clubs, assuming that he continues to have the sort of seasons that he has been having. And I don't think there's any reason to expect him not to. Is he going to be quite the offensive force that he was pre-hip surgery in Oakland? I mean, I don't know. We'll see if he can get back to those heights. I think he was tremendously unlucky last year. I think you can look at some of the quality of contact that he made and the loud outs that he ran into and see his year looking a lot better if some of that luck went his way. He also was rung up on pitches outside the strike zone a ton last year. He is so patient at the plate, so just hesitant, I guess, or so. I mean, he just refuses to expand his strike zone, right? Like, so reticent to do that. He makes great swing decisions. So when you've got a guy who makes really good swing decisions, doesn't chase, swings the pitches on the plate, and then when he does swing, makes really strong contact like Matt Chapman does and hits the ball really hard, puts it in play at a really high rate of speed, those are process indicators that I am always going to bet on. So if Matt Chapman continues to do that, you should continue to be an offensive force. I think the defense speaks for itself. I don't think there's anything left to be said about the quality of play that Matt Chapman brings at third base. So if all that continues, yeah, you're looking at him thinking of comps on the free agent market as like Marcus Semien, or Chris Bryant, right? 6-7 years, 170, $180 million. That's what Matt Chapman could be looking at as a free agent.
Are the Blue Jays in on him at that price? I mean, obviously, this is a crystal ball question. So, in your opinion,
20th, man.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens over the next. This is going to be like the needlessly hyperbolic headline that you put on this, right? Sportsnet analyst says that whatever. Here's why you should panic. My dumb head, like
this, and subscribe. Right? Yes.
Yeah. This is what you're setting me up for. Really? I smell a trap with that question.
No traps. Don't answer it.
You've already got the title picked out, and the
thumbnails have been made days in advance. Yes.
If the Blue Jays don't re-sign Matt Chapman, you should set everything in your house on fire. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens over the next several months.
Addison Barger looks ripped, eh? This is out of left field, but like, if there are third baseman options out there, he's definitely more ripped than I was expecting.
That are happening here are wild. Yeah, I haven't been down there, but yeah, he's a guy who clearly takes his strength and conditioning very seriously. I mean, I think at this time of year, everybody is in the best shape that they can be because nobody's played baseball for several months, and nobody's had to deal with the travel and the stress and the lack of sleep and like the lack of proper nutrition. Everyone's just had these 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it was, to really hone in and dial in on that stuff. And as professional athletes, like, have the resources and the time and the know-how to really focus on getting your body prepared. So I think everybody is looking a lot better physically now than they did at the end of last season.
Full of hope. Yeah.
And within 5-6 months of travel and stress and cardiovascular demands and CNS demands and being on your feet every night for 3.5 hours, they're going to look a lot worse than they do now.